Beautiful.
Can I ask if I'm going to be posted anywhere?
Sorry?
Can I ask if I'm going to be posted anywhere?
Oh, yeah, Daniel. I'm going to put it on my social media site.
Is there any way you could edit me out? I don't feel comfortable being on online and such.
You know,
you could just edit the face out or anything?
I appreciate the request. It's just like we like to document our public buildings.
Yep.
So
actually,
we don't know.
We do have an image creation policy.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
I brought it actually.
Okay.
I have the policy.
So
it's the United States Constitution.
Yep. So this is actually relevant to the library specifically.
No, it's not.
The director does need to approve any.
Well, guess what? I'm not going to seek the director's permission, nor do I care what the director says.
All right. So
what's your name?
My name's Arne Christie.
To anybody until you called us over. So to try and infringe upon our rights and our free press and infringe upon this United States Constitution with your stupid policy, I find it offensive, and I think the very best move for you is to turn around and walk in any other direction besides one towards me.
Right.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to...
No, we're all good.
The bathroom might need some extra toilet paper. Use it there, man. Listen, you know, you can, let me ask you a question. Where do you think you can take those rules of conduct and stick them? Use your imagination, Arnie. That's where I want you to stick those rules of conduct. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna leave you with this. Right. Firstly, I'd like you to do better. Okay, because you did very poorly today. Secondly, the next time you see a free American walking on American soil in an American building, exhibiting the very First Amendment of the United States Constitution that brave men and women fought and died for, the moment you think to try and interfere with that, I want you to go find another line of work that's out of the public sector. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I coming across loud and clear to you today, Arnie?
That'd be great. With him, you can have one too.
Great, that's wonderful.
All right.
That's good. Where are you from?
My house. Where are you
From
from?
Massachusetts?
Where are you from?
I'm from Wellesley.
Do I need to be from
Wellesley?
Massachusetts to be able to be here?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out.
Well, I'm not in dispute of it. The Supreme Court's been pretty clear on it.
He's confused.
I know.
Right.
I know. We let him know right off.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet Arne Fife. Barney Fife. Arne had something set in stone that was very serious that we needed to comply with and obey. It's a library policy from 2005 from the Board of Trustees that says we need permission to film. When we didn't comply with his stupid policies, he called armed people with badges and guns to remove us from a public place. Didn't work out so hot for him. Enjoy the video, and that's the reason I stopped you today.
What's going on, guys? We're at the Wellesley Public Library, not to be confused with the Acton Public Library, where they hide people caught with their pants down. I mean, they might do it here. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just saying this is not to be confused with Acton, where they do that nasty stuff. The Wakeland meeting room.
We had a spy.
Howdy. You a magician?
Juggler.
Juggler.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The show?
Oh no, we just came in to take pictures of people.
Show's at 2 o'clock. You're certainly welcome to join.
Well, very cool. Excellent.
A juggler?
Yeah, that's I do not have the
know.
coordination to do something like that.
That's amazing. I haven't even seen you do it yet. But
And I'm already impressed by you.
I don't have coordination.
Let me ask you a question. I have quite a bit of followers. As an intro to the video, could you like juggle something and say, "Enjoy the video, folks"?
If you stay for that, I can't really do that now.
Oh, okay.
Because he's setting up.
He's setting up. Yeah. All right.
I gotta set up.
All right. No worries. Thank you.
What's the video for?
We take pictures of public buildings and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Here at 4 or 2?
He's gonna juggle in a few minutes, and at 2 o'clock in a half hour, he's juggling.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is this the guy that was peeping? He was using his peepers, spying. Is this a spy? Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Good, thanks.
Excellent.
How
How
are
can we
you?
help you?
I'm just taking a peek around.
Sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. They have a juggling show at 2.
Do they?
Yeah, right
Is
now.
that a children's program?
I don't know. I would assume so, but I mean,
we were invited.
He invited us. He's at the Wakeland room.
Okay.
He's doing juggling it too.
Okay.
You didn't know?
If it's a children's program, sometimes I'm not fully aware of the children's programs. It's a different department. While I try to keep aware on everything going on here,
Yeah.
sometimes they do slip
It's
my
hard to
mind.
keep track all the
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
My name is Daniel.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
It's
Thanks,
nice to meet you as
Daniel.
well.
Appreciate it.
Of course. If you need help with anything, please let any of us know, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you
Daniel.
very much. That's a big back room. That's where they do all their circulations and stuff.
Ah, the circulation room.
A lot of books probably pass through those shelves.
That's the circulation room?
Yeah, so they do the books. It's a nice big library.
It is. Yeah.
Beautiful library. Very, very nice. Wellesley's got a lot of money. It's like a cafe or something? What is this room?
The Commons. Oh, look, fishy.
Get the little fish. Little study rooms over there. Oh, is that the police? The police?
Excuse me?
The police.
Yeah, I was just for a run for
Oh, cool. Did it like support the police or something?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I made you laugh.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I've heard what happened at Uvalde. The police are normally running. It's just in the wrong direction. All right, take care, sir.
Did you see the fish? Oh.
Beautiful fish. Yeah, it's weird. The walls and the floors can sometimes bite you.
That handle, it just like jumped at it.
Yeah.
Can I ask if I'm going to be posted anywhere?
Sorry?
Can I ask if I'm going to be posted anywhere?
Oh, yeah, Daniel. I'm going to put it on my social media site.
Is there any way you could edit me out? I don't feel comfortable being on online and such.
You know,
you can just edit the face out or anything.
I appreciate the request. It's just like we like to document our public buildings.
Yep.
So we don't know.
We do have an image creation policy.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
I brought it actually.
Okay.
I have the
So
policy.
you
It's
need
the
to check in
it's
with
the
the-
United States Constitution.
Yep. So this is actually relevant to the library specifically.
No, it's not.
The director does need to approve any. image
Well, guess what?
creation.
I'm not going to seek the director's permission, nor do I care what the director says.
All right. So
What's your name?
my name's Arne Christensen.
Arne,
I'm the
okay, that's
assistant
what I
head
thought. I
circulator.
just wanted to
And you're accredited, as we looked up, through the American Library Association.
That's right.
Oh, so do you know that the American Library Association recognizes a limited public forum as anything in the library that would be outside of the scope of a normal patron's needs or services that they would expect to get out of library, like the children's show at 2 o'clock or something like that. So,
yes,
we don't
but
need permission.
Anything beyond use, personal use, we do require permission.
No,
Yeah,
I'm gonna use yours and Daniel's, and I'm gonna post this video on social media, and hundreds of thousands of people are gonna see it.
That is fair. I'm just trying to offer.
I don't need a silly policy. Like I could.
it
Let me
is
ask you a
the-
question, Arne. If I wrote on a piece of paper, what's today? Today's Saturday. If I wrote on a piece of paper, every person has to kick a dog once on Saturday.
So-
Would that make any sense to you, Arne?
Beyond that, sir, this is a policy voted on by the trustees.
I don't
or
care about the
elected
trustees, Arne.
representatives of the
You know,
town.
you know who voted on this policy? The superseding policy? Our founding fathers in 1775 when they drafted the Declaration of Independence, which I'm sure you have a copy of in this library.
Yes, relevant to the library, though, we do have policies voted on by the
I
directors.
don't care about the policies, Arne. Do you think that I'm going to follow any of those silly policies? They're nothing. They're just words written on paper that make no sense to me.
So we do require you to follow policies.
I'm not
so
going
as not
to.
You need to
disrupt
require that policy.
I'm not gonna-
So as not to
You're
disrupt
required
other
to follow
patrons
that
using the
policy.
library.
Well, you know who?
And if
Did,
you do-
you know the patrons being disrupted? Us, because we minded our own business. He talked to us. We walked around. We've had no problems, and we were just on our way out until Daniel spoke to us. We said, "Oh, we appreciate it. It's public." And then you stopped me and started bothering me.
Okay.
And what's interesting is like,
then have fun.
okay, see, and I'm still
Arne,
trying to speak.
she's
See,
speaking
this
to you,
happens
Arne.
every time. I don't know why, but you allow him to speak. Then you go to speak. I allow you to speak. Then I go to speak, and then you just trample right on all over me. And I don't know why that happens a lot.
It does. You know what the problem is? If libraries are more so someone wanted to tell us the same thing that you're telling us now at the Acton Public Library, and you guys are so big on making sure that we don't film libraries. What? Because maybe there's kids or something. And the last library that right.
Yes.
And the last library we were at, we caught a guy with his pants down overlooking a playground. They wanted to spend more time looking at us. They didn't realize that there was a guy upstairs with his pants off. Thank God we were there and we were filming it. We weren't following policy.
You
Because
just
if we
agreed,
were, we
though,
wouldn't
right?
have caught
That
it.
the policy is in place partially because you don't want kids being caught.
Have a good day, Daniel.
Thank you, you as well. But I would definitely, I do understand, you want to come in and record. I would appreciate this. Any way you could just like blur my face out. You don't even have to do the voice. I just hate being on camera, on video and such.
Well, you're a very nice guy, and you look like a great guy, and I think people are going to look at this video and they're going to say, I wish that in my community, my librarian and my library staff was just like Dan. You should be proud of the work that you do, man.
Well, I appreciate that. I actually take great pride in my customer service.
I can tell.
For the people,
I can tell.
Seeing from both ends, etc., etc. It's just that I just hate being on camera. There's
Well, you
no
know
way
what?
You could just circle my face
you
out.
shouldn't. You know why? Because you're a nice guy. You've got a winning smile, and this whole building should be lucky to have you. Unlike Arne, who's trying to trample on our rights. But you're a very nice guy. Appreciate it, Daniel.
Oh, interesting. All right. Now, as far as that policy concerned, you can just shred that. That doesn't concern me. That concerns the people who work for the library. That does not concern me.
So just want a quick question. So make sure. So you said it was the Board of Trustees. Mm-hmm. So on which date? Because I just want to look it up. On what date did the Board of Trustees pass this through Congress? They didn't, right?
No, because it is a local matter.
Okay. Well, so first of all, when did they pass a city ordinance on this?
The 7th of October, 2005.
A city ordinance? No. Let's go back, Arne. When did they pass a city ordinance?
That I don't know if
they didn't. There is no city ordinance. If there was a city ordinance, it would not supersede the United States Constitution anyways.
Proof that there's no city ordinance?
Can you provide me a proof that there is?
There's no policy, sir.
This is your policy, man.
It's not an ordinance.
It governs behavior inside the library.
No, so you know what you can govern? Like, you can govern, like, if we're going around, like, defacing property.
I think we've established that you have your opinions.
No, you have opinions, we have rights.
Do you see how
and we're
inappropriate this is?
And we're gonna follow our rights, not your opinions.
No, I mean, this is an example, right? Like, same as you can't tell us that we can't record, same as you can't stop, and we just found this out, which is actually really gross. You can't stop somebody from watching really inappropriate things on the computers inside the library.
Yeah, there's things where you guys like should. So, I mean, some libraries, as part of policy, will institute web blockers to make sure the patrons in the library aren't going on places they shouldn't go. But there's no law against it. So we've found that in libraries that we've visited, that people have viewed adult videos. They have their pants down overlooking playgrounds, and the concern is us exhibiting our rights as free Americans. So what I would like you to do is take that policy. I brought mine. Do you know what that says?
I can guess.
What does it say?
It's probably the Constitution or the Bill of Rights.
So what does the First Amendment say?
I'm not word perfect on it.
Well,
so
free press, right? Right to redress your grievances, freedom of religion.
He's doing it to you now too, where he doesn't like that you're speaking, so he's talking over you.
Yeah. So in any event, I thank you for your time.
We, the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings for ourselves and our posterity. Finish it out.
So in any event,
through a day we've established these principles by.
What we're going to do here is...
We're working on progress, right?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
to provide you with the relevant policy.
one nation,
I have
under God,
let you leave if you
indivisible,
want to.
We're working on progress here.
with liberty,
so in any event,
and justice.
Progress
have a nice
was
day,
when you
folks.
were... Oh, interesting.
It's because you're a woman. That's what happens. Because you're a woman.
I was just trying to point out that there was progress being made where he was stopping, waiting for us to finish our sentences before he just went on. And then as I'm trying to congratulate him on the progress, he then does it again.
Watch your step there. He's like, oh, the policy thing didn't work. Let me go print up another one. Hello. Having a good day? I'm having a good day. The weather's nice outside.
It is. It's beautiful.
We're approaching the last days of summer.
I know.
I can't take it. Do you have kids?
I do.
Okay, so in this area, when I grew up, you tell me, because probably around the same age, we would go back to school early middle of September, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know about this town, but in a town close by where we live, they're sending them back in like the middle-ish end of August.
Oh.
Is that early?
I think it's before Labor Day now.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
they're killing the parents.
This is Kim. How can I help you?
They're calling her downstairs, tell her to be mean to us.
Yeah. Okay, yes, thank you. I don't know why they don't like me.
I don't know.
Okay, is there anyone that could come on? Yeah. You see how that was, though? I'm using the deflection
I'm just listening to what she's saying. She doesn't want to be on film either. That's what she was about to say. We were nice to her. I don't get it.
I'm using that deflecting tactic, right?
Yeah.
So, like, every time they try and, like, talk about things I don't want to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
I'm now starting to talk about things I want to talk about.
Right.
And it's working. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. And this is what I did, like the experiment. I came up, I was really nice to her, and then this guy calls, and all of a sudden there's a problem.
Yeah, I don't get it.
If you're looking for a car, you should go to Imperial Motors in Mendon.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
they're awesome.
Phenomenal. Yeah, they were pretty helpful with us too. We had to get something fixed on the Jeep here. I don't get it.
What was the title that you're looking for?
We're doing one last lap and then we're gonna head out of there. I didn't see this area, but we don't follow unconstitutional policies. It's not our style. Anna has swagger, and her swagger is not to be told to go places she can go. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you. Now, guys, what you see there is a monument, and on those plaques surrounding it are the names of all the brave men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice, and some who've survived, to make sure that we maintain the freedoms and the liberties of this land. And then we just had a conversation about policy over principles of the Constitution of the United States. Sorry to interrupt you. It's a beautiful library. We're in front of a memorial that talks about all the brave men and women that fought to keep us safe and free. And the guy tells me downstairs that they have a policy where you can't film in the library. This is a public building. It's a disgrace to the sacrifice of those men and women.
Yeah.
For someone in here, in front of that, to tell us that we can't film this.
I think she agrees too. I mean,
What do you think?
yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
This is a beautiful spot. You picked the perfect spot.
It's nice.
I love this spot.
I couldn't even believe it. And the other thing is, do you mind if I tape you? Is it okay? I'm not going to if you don't want to, just because I didn't even mean to talk to you.
Just like after this conversation?
Yeah, just right now. Is that okay?
I prefer not.
That's fine. Only because I ran a plane. It's fine. So we're like minding our own business, and it's not like we're being loud, obnoxious, or bothering library patrons. I can understand that. No one wants to be bugged at the library. That's why I said we're sorry. But he was like, no, you just can't film. It's a public place. Like too many brave people spent time from their family, and some died, to make sure that we live in a free country. It's getting less free every single day. Just,
It's just sad.
have a good day.
I appreciate you asking.
Absolutely. Well, I normally would have just filmed you, but you were over here by yourself, and I wanted to get a shot of that, so I figured,
No, and
Thank
even
you.
Then, like, we don't like come to the, we're meeting to the library specific board.
Yeah, guys, so the only reason I asked her if she minded being on film, just because, first of all, she spoke out against the library. And secondly, just because, you know, Arnie's here. Arnie's getting out the elevator. Hey, Arne.
Were you coming up here to see us?
Yes, I was. I just wanted to give you one more opportunity.
Oh, I know.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
So, if you're on your way out, I wish you a nice day.
Even some of the, you know, it's funny that even so, we saw a beautiful, do you see the monument across the street there?
Mm-hmm.
With names of over 1,000 people who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms?
Mm-hmm.
Someone else over there thought it was quite interesting that in a public building adjacent from that very memorial for the folks that sacrificed for those freedoms would be questioned about filming in public. I get it if it's one thing, if we're going up to library patrons or we're causing a ruckus. We didn't speak to anybody until you called us over. So to try and infringe upon our rights and our free press and infringe upon this United States Constitution with your stupid policy, I find it offensive, and I think the very best move for you is to turn around and walk in any other direction besides one towards me.
All right.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to...
No, we're all good.
The bathroom might need some extra toilet paper. Use it there, man. I want you to, every veteran that comes in here with a veteran hat, I want you to go up to him and say, hey, listen, I just want to let you know all those sacrifices that you made. I saw a free American in here filming earlier, and we asked him to leave for our policy. See what they think of you after that, Arne. They might just call you and let you know after watching this.
Just some food for thought. Food for thought.
You know what? Let's do a records request. Arne, you said you're the assistant director?
Assistant Circulation Supervisor.
Okay, perfect. We're going to do a records request on you, Arne.
Okay.
Am I saying it right? Arne or Arnie?
Arnie.
Arnie. Okay, perfect. I don't want to mispronounce your name. I think that your policy's stupid. I don't want to, you know, bludgeon your name. So who should we submit the records request to? I don't think legally you can take your own records request, can you?
I think if you speak with our director, Jamie Jurgensen, she would be happy to talk to you.
Is she here now?
She's not here now, but we can give you her live.
Well, I'll just, you know what I'll do? I'll just write it on a piece of paper and I'll pass it off to someone else, because just legally I can't give you your own records request. It's improper.
That's understandable.
So if you can, we're going to head out of here. If there's like a little piece of paper or something you have, I'll use this. Oh, can I use this scrap piece of paper right here? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Arne. One more time. Arne?
Yep.
Arne. Arne. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Arne. And even though I disagree with you, I'm still being very nice to you. It says a lot about my character.
Arnie, like traditionally spelling, is that the traditional spelling, or is it normally with an I and an E?
So it depends on where you're from.
Okay. Because I think I've only ever seen it be spelled with an IE at the end, which is why I asked your name.
Is that your full name?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'd never seen it spelled like that before. I'm like, I don't want to say it wrong.
Last name, salary, dates of employment for. Alright, perfect. Okay.
But we're all set. You don't have to stand here anymore and watch over us. We don't need a babysitter, and we can't hand this to you.
I'm just gonna hand it to the young lady behind the desk here.
Yeah, because she can.
I really do think there's a conflict of interest, Arnie, if we give it to you.
Right. I'm not sure why. I think he thinks we need a babysitter at this point, which is very strange.
Maybe I might get lost. Who knows if I get lost? I won't be able to find my way back. Alright, guys. I'm just going to pass this to this young lady here. If you could please put this in the mailbox for the library director or human resources, we'd very much appreciate that.
Okay, will do.
Thank you very much.
It's a records request. They get back to us within 9 days.
Yeah, they have nine business days. Arnie, I want to ask you, right? I'm trying to like, I want to say this without like insulting you, because I'm not trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You are aware of the United States Constitution. Maybe not every single amendment, because who is? Let's be honest, right? But this building is an example of the First Amendment, freedom of the press. And that's why there are not libraries in places like North Korea, because it's government-controlled press. So the First Amendment affords us the ability to film, document, written word, anything we want in any public place.
This is a limited public space, which does mean it is.
Well, that's what. Well, here's the other thing.
This is, I think, where he's
So
confused.
okay, so let me help, because we've helped libraries with this across the country, and it turns out every single time they call and apologize and say you're right, because I have lawyers and we have them check in the constitutionality of this. Limited public forum can be recognized as a space within the library, not the library itself as a limited public forum. So something that would be outside the scope of what a person would reasonably come to a library for. So would a person reasonably normally come to a library to juggle? Probably not, right? Or would a person reasonably...
We're having a program on juggling this afternoon.
Right, well, so that's my point, so I'm going to explain to you. So that is a limited public forum. It's outside the scope of what, you know... Oh, watch out, Arnie, right behind you.
We're not getting them on camera.
You're fine. So that's outside the scope of what... So when we went in there, and he said, oh, you know, you can come back and watch it too. We said, oh, no, we'll go on away, because that's... If there was a senior class, or a yoga class, or an arts and crafts class, people normally go to the library to what? To read. So if there's a specific event that's done separately, that's outside of what people would reasonably consider services in a library, that, Arnie, is a limited public forum. That's also been recognized by the American Library Association. When you go on their website, it helps you break down what a limited public forum is, and it explains right in the American Library Association, they've adopted the U.S. Supreme Court's understanding of what that is, and so yeah, it's a library, man. It's public. It's all public. So the library itself, not a limited public forum. That room after the juggler goes, not a limited public forum. It's a meeting room. While he's in there juggling and there's kids and stuff, and that's outside. That's limited public forum. Does that make sense?
However, he did invite us. If we wanted to be there and record, we could. So at that point, we are then allowed.
So we do
to be
allow
in there.
recordings for personal use only. If it's to be posted on social media for publicity, for profit, or anything like that, we do require you to abide by the image.
Well, so that's the thing,
And
right?
that's a policy.
You're right. In limited public forums, which is why, even though it hadn't started,
in
we
the
decided,
building in general.
No. So you can't. No, and there's no such policy that exists, man. So that's why we like to explain to people and let them know.
Understandable.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm more than willing to provide you with this. I'm willing to provide you
I don't
with
need a copy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I can provide you with our rules of conduct.
Hey man, how you doing? I don't need a copy. Appreciate it.
Oh no, you called men with guns?
Yes.
Are you serious?
We've tried to provide them with our image creation policy that requires anyone wanting to film or take pictures inside the building for more than personal use to get permission from the director. I've offered them the ability to do that. They've declined.
This
I was
one is
just
like what, trying
I was
to
just
intimidate us?
I was just
They
Why
are
don't you talk to him now?
they are in dispute about what a limited public forum is.
well, I'm not in dispute of it. The Supreme Court's been pretty clear on it.
He's confused.
I know.
Right.
I know. We let him know right off the bat because he seems to be heightened and there's kids around. So I try to let him know. Limited public forum is something that a person wouldn't reasonably go to a library for. Like, for example, there's a kids juggling show downstairs. No one reasonably goes to the library to watch a juggling act. They go for books. So that's an area that we're going to stay out of.
You guys are free to film.
Right,
Thing.
and he knows.
we were
Thank
just
We're just gonna.
educate.
Yeah.
That, I mean, some people they'll scream at him and tell him he's an asshole and all that stuff. I really traditionally would like him to understand, because we're right across the street from that beautiful memorial. Like, too many good people pay the price every single day to keep us free.
I'm
And
gonna have her talk to him, and the other employee out front already informed him.
yeah. And for their I guess sense of well-being, no kids are in the video. We're not going to the kids' room. If a kid does appear in a video, we will kindly blur their face out, just because I don't see the educational value in that. But
Josh.
yeah, that's right. That's right. I see, you're so nice. Well, have you seen my stuff before?
Yeah.
See,
We did go to town hall before, I think.
yeah.
Here.
They did. I'm trying to think if they did good or bad. I know the police station did well.
I thought we did pretty.
Normally,
The
you
police-
have to
the
follow
police
us when we
station-
don't, and you'd remember.
The police station did well.
I think you guys liked us.
Yeah. See, it's been so. I got to go back and look. I remember the police station specifically. They did well because we did that on the way from what's the next town over with the W name. They have the police department, Weston, and the public works all in the same place. So we went to you guys right after them. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions or anything like
No,
that?
we're good. We were just trying to professionally explain to him, and I also wanted to let him know that policy could get him hemmed up. You know what I mean? Because if someone's in here taking pictures, we know better, so we're not just going to leave. And if we wanted to, we could just say, "Oh, you're restricting my First Amendment right because of a policy. Let me leave." And as soon as we walk out the door, the library is liable. The problem I have with that is that if we were to sue, The citizens pay for it. He doesn't pay for it. You know, he's working in the capacity of the library.
I think it's important. I think that that's good that you're notifying them what's correct and incorrect, because
Well, we don't want situations to get exacerbated, or
of course,
you know, if people are unsure or something.
And the funny thing is that we tried to leave. We came upstairs, and then he came up through the elevator, and he's like trying to hand me this policy. I'm like, listen, man, I came with the policy. You know, it's right here. It's the First Amendment. Like, I'm not gonna bother you. You don't bother me. We're good.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Yeah, we're gonna head down. We were just on our way out anyways. Yeah, we're good. Thank you, Officer Scopa.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Did you serve, man?
I did not.
You didn't? All right. Well, you served today, my friend.
Yes.
Look at that. Wellesley PD kicking a... I can't say it because I'll get them on. What's a good word for that abbreviation? Asteroids.
Yeah, asteroids.
Kicking
Well,
asteroids.
They are serving and protecting the Constitution.
They did. They did. They served and protected the Constitution of the United States of America.
Important.
Oops, sorry, young lady.
I think that that's extremely important, and it's a relief to see, because more often than not,
I did a...
you don't see.
Yeah, they did a good job today.
Yeah.
Very, very happy to see.
Yeah. It's a relief, like I said. You don't normally see it.
Officer Scopa, thank you again. What's your name, officer?
Officer Lucenta.
Lucenta. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thanks for defending the Constitution today.
Yeah, we're just saying that that was a relief.
Wonderful.
We appreciate
Folks should let the Wellesley PD know that they're doing an excellent job with Officer Lucenta and Scopa. Nice to see.
Because they're honoring the Constitution.
They honored their oath. And they defended the Constitution. They leave before we do, guys. And that's the U.S. Constitution. So, Arne, how did that work out, man?
Well, they provided you with the rules of conduct. So.
No, they didn't. You know what they said? What do you think they said? They said, he's wrong. We'll educate him. You're absolutely allowed to film here.
Well, then...
So freedom won, your policy lost. How does that make you feel?
I don't really have any opinions formulated.
Well, if you didn't have any opinions, you shouldn't have called men with guns over free Americans. Do better, bud.
I mean, what about us seems screams scary?
I have no use for Arne.
It doesn't make sense to me.
He needs to do way better.
People are put into place to protect against, like, people that are not good people. Like,
To preserve and defend.
we didn't do anything wrong, except what you viewed was wrong, and even then, like...
The library does have rules of conduct.
Listen, you know, you can... let me ask you a question. Where do you think you can take those rules of conduct and stick them? Use your imagination, Arne. That's where I want you to stick those rules of conduct. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna leave you with this. Right. Firstly, I'd like you to do better. Okay, because you did very poorly today. Secondly, the next time you see a free American walking on American soil in an American building exhibiting the very First Amendment of the United States Constitution that brave men and women fought and died for, the moment you think to try and interfere with that, I want you to go find another line of work that's out of the public sector. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I coming across loud and clear to you today, Arne?
Sir, can I talk to him for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Arne was just getting educated, man. He was just getting educated. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I can talk to him.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Do you think?
Just as long as I can talk to him.
Listen, you said the same thing. Go ahead, go. Talk to him, man.
Is this a free conversation we can have? Or?
Go ahead. You want to talk to
I
him?
just
Go
want to
ahead.
talk to him.
Talk to him.
That'd be great.
With him, you can have one too.
Great, that's wonderful. That's good. Where are you from?
My house. Where are you
From
from?
Massachusetts?
Where are you from?
I'm from Wellesley.
Do I need to be
From
from
Wellesley?
Massachusetts to be able to be here?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out.
Trying to figure what's going on.
I can't
so
be here if I'm not from
I
Massachusetts.
have a book on hold there. I just need a hand finding it.
Sure, if I can just see your library card, please.
Yeah, thank
He
you.
didn't speak to you like that.
No, he knows better.
That blows my mind.
Well, no, here's the thing, right? Like, so what we got confused with in 1942, the Eschenschwappen, the Nazi secret police, the Gestapo, what they did is they put in waypoints. So when you got from one part of Germany to the other, you would have to check and show them what part of Germany that you're from. I think he got confused that we might still be in Nazi Germany, to think that if we're not from Massachusetts, we couldn't come into a government building. But that's like several walk of shames today.
I'm somehow not welcome. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, see, it's a brave guy to try it with you, but not with me. That's right. Look at those socks, man. Shameful. Shameful.
Like disdain for women specifically.
Yeah, the guy's a fake tough guy is what he is.
Because he didn't speak to you like that. You didn't have an accent.
No. Well, he's also rich and he's from Wellesley. I'm not saying about everyone from Wellesley, but most of the folks that can afford to live in Wellesley, super liberal, very, very rich. So, and that's, by the way, guys, they're doing the show in there, which is why we decided to not go back at 2 o'clock, because that could be considered a limited public forum. So, like, we know what we're talking about. Banana Anna is a boss. She's the boss. Go ahead and do the flouse.
No.
Do it.
No, you do.
Do the flouse.
Do the flouse.
No, I've done it more. I've done it more than you. Get away from me.
I know what's going to happen if I do the floss.
What?
You'll laugh because I won't.
I'm not going to
actually
laugh.
do the
Try the
floss.
floss.
I don't dance.
Whatevs.
Won't even be dancing at our wedding.
Whatevs, G.
Bye.
All right, guys, that's the Wellesley Public Library getting just a steaming education. Subscribe to Banana and we'll catch you in the next one. And that's the reason I stopped you today.